What is up, my guys and girls of YouTube? It's your boy Justin Omoi, and today I want to talk to you guys and girls about stereo imaging and panning and basically the arts of all of that, I guess, if that's something you could say. Okay, so stereo imaging, we're going to say stereo imaging is basically the stereo field of the song is something that you should not underestimate. No, but for real, it could change a song from sounding like this. Oh, wait, wrong thing. This.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
To something like basically this.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
So, one more time in comparison, I'll swap it around.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all the sides up on my grill.
So you can see there's a drastic difference between it, and I believe if you looked up here, it would show you that difference. One more time. Okay, it wouldn't show you there because that's happening post, aka afterwards. So if I were to do, maybe if I were to do this.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
There you go. Now you can see that difference. So I'm sorry, it's OCD. I'm sorry if it's not perfect. But yeah, one more time.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all the sides up on my grill. And you're...
There we go. Let me go ahead and make sure everything looks nice for y'all before I start my little lecture. And by the way, this is a song right here for those who are wondering. Stereo imaging, basically, oh shit. Basically, it is the visual that we're going to use in our eyes. Paint that picture. I know I've said that before. I don't remember where. Having that good capture, having the good spread of left and right, whether it be symmetrical, which most cases you would want it to be symmetrical. Otherwise, it'll sound off, like,
Yeah,
on the left side, it'll be weird. So this is all the panning and the spread and the widening of the stereo. It's adding delay to like mono sounds if you want those mono sounds to sound, what's the word? Stereo. So let's take this sound, for example, right here, the 808. And let me go ahead and lock that. And we're going to focus on that. Notice here, if I could expand this bigger for y'all. And let me change this color. I think green is too hard on the eyes. The 808 is just majority. It's just in the middle because it's mono signal for what I've known or what I recollect. So if I were to take the 808, open it, nothing. Well, because it's mono. So if I were to do something freaky, or if I want to add in like a reverb, all right, reverbs are basically going to help that mono turn into a stereo sound. It's adding a virtual room. That's what the reverb is. Now if we expand it, and you can see there, when I put it back to mono, it goes back in the middle there. That doesn't mean the reverb is gone. It just means everything's back in the middle. By the way, this knob right here is a stereo separation knob right here, as it says right up there. That's going to help open up the image of the sound. How it does it, I don't know. As I said, it's a stereo separation. We also have stereo separation on the effects, like the reverb here. I look like the GoldenEye when you tilt the cartridge. But for real, that's how you could create a stereo sound from a mono sound. I don't have a kick on this sound, but I do have it in a drum reverb send sound, whereas I send like the hat, the snare, and the kick over there. So let's go ahead and put on the kick, turn off the 808, and let's show you that. So you can see the kick is in the middle here, but if we go to the drum reverb, this is just the reverb of the sound. So for a delay send, we take off the dry and then route the signal to that send. So there we go. If I were to, I don't want to put it in there, but let me go ahead and put this up. And just the sound by itself, if we take just the reverb, to do that, we're going to take it off of the master, or the instrumental in this case. I grouped it to the instrumental. Now it's only routed to the drum reverb and the 808 as a side chain, but don't worry about that. We're going to hear just the reverb. You can see what doing a reverb send would really impact in terms of, you know, the stereo image. As I just showed you, it showed left and right, creating that room, creating a natural feel, you know. If you play a kick drum right now, like an actual drum set, you hit the kick drum, you're not going to hear just a straight mono. Nah, it's not possible. It's not going to happen. By the way, my microphone right here is mono because I'm using one microphone to speak to you guys and girls, and there's no effects like a reverb on there. If I were to throw it on the reverb, though, you could see if I put this here. Hold up. Hello. What the fuck? Something doesn't make sense here. Oh. You see this right here? The alt vocals. There we go. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. So you can see it has a reverb in there. It's very low, as you can see there. Speaking of very low, though, with the use of stereo panning or stereo imaging, if you create a left and right feel for the sound, it could help stick itself out even if it's low down. So, for example, let's go ahead and take just the chorus here. I think it's just all these right here. Let's just take those right there.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
All right, so if you see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, excluding the microphone, that is active and sound, you know, all through. So I'm gonna play it again, but this time I'll solo them so you can hear them in more detail.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
Notice that's a stereo sound right there. We have a doubler effect on it, and then we threw in a fruity chorus just to add more flavor.
Okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
Let's see how it sounds if we don't put it in any stereo separation.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
Do you hear it? It's there, but it's so small you can't even picture it. Look how low it is down here, negative 27.6. And this doesn't matter because it sounds a mono signal.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
If I were to put it on now.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill. And your bitch knows a fucking deal.
You can hear it better there than it was when it was mono. That's a fact. If you cannot hear it still, use headphones. That's what I'm using right here. It helps out. Although you could use speakers and still hear it too. By the way, if you're listening to this on a mono, like a cell phone or something, bad news. Unless you got a stereo phone, you probably won't even understand most of the stuff we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, there's one more sound here, and that's the low sound.
Okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
So with the
yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
It's visible. You can hear it. What is this? Another doubler? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
Do you hear how much of a presence it has just by turning it on? So it's off
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles.
and on.
Yeah, okay, I'm cooking ramen noodles.
It's that stereo again. So you can see how important the stereo imaging or adding stereo to the song helps create that image that you want, or help stick out sounds, whether it's high up or low down. I had a jawbreaker and it's like it numbed my tongue. Putting the vocals aside though, let's turn it off and do that. Let's say we have sounds here. Notice I don't have any panning on my song. It's not here. You can see like that's panning right there. This hat, if you could see right here, it has a pan effect on it though. So right here, panematic. I'll explain that later, but for now, let me turn this off and let me go ahead and show you how panning works, which is pretty simple. Okay, this is basic knowledge right here. Moving it left will pan the sound to the left. Moving it right will pan the sound to the right. And speaking of moving, panematic. This right here is from Fruity Loops FL Studio. It's in the plugins. It's just hidden. You gotta check out for it. But here it is, panematic. This is a plugin that does the automatic movements. It does not show it visually, which I'm kind of like sad by, because you know, it would have been nice if it showed it, but you could hear it. You can see it's pretty subtle. The effect, I don't have much of a mix on it, but I have it there enough for the song to have it present, to know it's working. But we could always go to the extreme, aka put this all the way up real quick and test it out. So take a look. And without that reverb, oh man, that reminds me of IQ, if you guys remember that on the PC. Let me know if you remember that with the cookie and you gotta follow the eyes and stuff. 90s kids things, I guess. Anyways, there's a way to pan left and right. There's a way to create an automatic pan, aka the panematic, which there you go, it's back to normal. And yeah, let me talk about symmetry. And I think that, no, there's a couple more things, but symmetry is basically having that equal presence of left and right to make it feel it's in the center to be, you know, like complete. So let's say I pan these sounds here. Forgot about the kick. If you take a listen to that segment right there, you would notice, hey, the hats are on the right side, the snare is on the left side, but at the same time, does it make you feel off balance? To me, hearing that does not make me feel off balance. It actually makes me feel in the center. And that's the same thing as if I take, you know, this Pokédex right here from Tiger. Not the rapper. Screw him. He ain't getting my Pokédex. And I don't know, old phone right here. It's like taking this right here. Can I show y'all better? There we go. This is lighter than this, right? But if I were to raise this lighter one up a bit, I guess it creates more force down. But it's basically putting in more work there. But it feels equal, all right? Maybe if I had like a 1 pound dumbbell and 2 pound dumbbell and I had it like this, it'll feel balanced. That's what we're achieving with the song or the sound here in this sense. So if I were to hit play one more time, and let's focus on the meter or the master. I know it's pretty hard to see when everything's up to 0. Let me see if I could drop it or put it back here. Okay. You can see it's almost there. It's almost equal. Matter of fact, we could raise up the snare a bit. Is that right? Anyways, it's good there. Let me undo everything so we could get everything back there. Boom. But yeah, like I was saying just now, having that feel that it's equal or in plane will help that stereo imaging have a better capture for your hearing. I hope I don't sound like I'm not convincing or anything like that. But yeah, as you saw right there, having that balance of left and right, it helps in terms of the imaging. You want it to stay balanced or stay equally in the middle in terms of the sum. Otherwise, you'll feel weird like this. That's like when you hear some rock songs, you hear like a guitar on the left and a bass on the right, bass guitar or something, or the melody and then the rhythm guitar. You hear them in separate things, but having them balanced makes it feel like, yo, this is pretty damn tight. This snare by default, it has a pan on it. So what I'm going to do is edit. I'm going to go here to this. Bam, make it mono. Drag it in. And let's do that. There we go. That's a mono sound right there. Let's say, hey, we want stereo on it. We don't want to use a reverb. Okay, we got you. Go to a delay. Could you see right here? Delay 2. And basically put the time all the way down, but you know, slightly up. I'm gonna put it 0.15. Take the feedback, drop that bit all the way down. And let's see. Okay, there we go. Maybe we could cut it as well. There we go. That's a stereo sound. Actually, one more thing. Let's offset it a bit. There we go. And let's do that. That's a stereo sound right there. I'm going to put it to mono so you can hear the difference. And then. Again, it's minuscule. It's probably not as noticeable visually, but you could see it, you could hear that difference in the sound. But that's a way to create stereo imaging or a stereo field with a mono sound like the snare. I don't believe I have to really touch up on this, but I just want to jot it in or make sure you guys and girls have this information. And that is with the vocals as well as the plugin types. So notice here we have things like Q10 stereo. See, it says stereo. That's because these are stereo plugins. If I were to take a mono plugin and put it after the stereo, for example, let's say the vocals reverb. If you put in a mono plugin, it's going to end up killing the stereo. So let me show you. I'm going to go here. We're going to select wave shell, and let's just put in a mono EQ. Let's be a little bougie right here. Q8 mono. Now if we go ahead and let me go ahead and right click this, and we're gonna make sure that's on, and let's take off the lead vocals or signal down so we can hear just the reverb.
Knows a fucking deal. She give me time, she sucking on my dick. You know we only aiming for the
Now let me take off that mono.
Eating all these roses is my meal. You ready? Know I'm aiming for the kill. For the kill. For the kill.
You can see how adding a mono, I don't know why this is not right. There we go. You can see why adding a mono effect in the chain could screw it all up. Now, how to tell if it's mono or a stereo effect? I believe most of FL Studio's plugins, if not, then all of them are stereo plugins. I can't think of any exceptions to it. But for things like waves, for example, like I showed you just now, they have stereo and mono next to the names. Why stereo plugin? Why a mono plugin? I guess to save CPU space, but maybe for other effects or uses, it probably gives better precision. I don't know, okay? But I do know that if you put in a mono, like I just showed you, it could kill the reverb. One more time.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill. And your bitch knows a fucking deal.
I hope y'all know the deal. Oh yeah, one more thing, which is the last thing, is the masterings effects, or masterings stereo. By the way, let me remove that plugin. So there, gone. In the mastering, I already talked about mastering plugins, and this is a third-party stuff. I already talked about it. We have a S1 stereo imager stereo, whatever. We can actually put in a. There's another one that let me. This one right here is a more intricate, it's a more advanced, I guess you could say. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you this. Basically, make sure everything's stereo again, but also using this would help control the master stereo, aka all the stereo, to see how you want it to be in the end. In the end, it's really just another stereo enhancer, stereo shaper, separation thing. So yeah, let me go ahead and hit play and play around with that and show y'all.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
So notice it's
and
mono.
Your bitch knows a fucking deal. She give me top, she suck it on my deal. You know we only aiming for the meal. Just call me Pat, man, I'm popping pills. Eating all the.
Of course, we don't want a song that sounds like this.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
That's pretty much overkill. Am I right? What we could do is just basically hear and see what type of field or how do you want it to sound in the end with this. To be honest, it's all in what you want in the end. So if I play around again.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill.
I don't want
Look at all this ice up on my grill. And your bitch knows a fucking deal. She give me top, she suck it on my deal. You know we only aiming for the meal. Just call me Pat, man, I'm popping pills. Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
There we go. Remember I told you kicks, usually you don't want too much of a stereo 808 bass. It's most likely mono. That's a reason, because when you hear it in the end, it's kind of like overkill. We could do it like that.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all.
On this shuffler though, on this we could trim the bass and we could exclude it from opening in the stereo separation. So if I go back to the kick, put this all the way up, let's see if we could, you know, do something about it.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill. And your bitch knows a fucking deal. She give me top, she suck it on my deal. You know we only.
Yeah, you can hear a definite trim with the bass here when you put it in negatives.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all it.
Of course, fixing it in the mix though is way better than dealing with it in the mastering. It depends how you want to picture it again.
Cooking ramen.
This shuffler, I believe this shuffler mixes up the lower frequencies. If I reckon, it's been a minute.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
You can hear that the sound in the background. You can hear how that opens up.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill.
And lastly, I believe this frequency has to deal with the shuffle here. Let's see.
Cooking ramen noodles on the grill. Look at all this ice up on my grill. And your bitch knows the fucking deal. She give me time, she sucking on my deal. You know we only aiming for the mills. Call me Batman, I'm popping pills.
Yeah, it has something to do with it. But you can see how using it in the master could help you control the overall picture of how you want the sound to be. I guess if I were to compare it to something, it would be like editing a photo in Photoshop and then cropping it. This is like the crop in the end. Or maybe not crop, but maybe transform. Anyways, hopefully this video gives you a better understanding on stereo imaging. If it does, let me know in the comments. If you're still confused, let me know in the comments. And if you want to support your boy, give this video a big thumbs up. And I guess share it to some pals who wants to learn about stereo imaging. And yeah. My name is Justin Omoi. By the way, if you want me to put this song out, I want to make a music video for this, but we'll see. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this song just because I say like for the kill. I don't know if you
kill for the kill, 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 for the kill.
And I don't know. A recent rapper died. If you're watching this in the future, XXX. So yeah, rest in peace to that man. Always gotta say that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel weird about it. You let me know. And yeah, my name is Justin Omoi. And with that being said, peace. I'm out.